Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's Mark McNeely from Financial Abundance and Healthy Living. Hey, I want to first say welcome to this video. Welcome to our community. Welcome to the channel and happy New Year. Man, I'm so excited to be here to just move into a new year with so many different goals and different things that we have as a community that I have set for the community. I'm excited for you all. And I believe that many of you are going to have more breakthroughs this year than ever. All right. That is my goal. That is my belief. And I'm going to continue to push out valuable content and information that you guys can go and start implementing today. All right. So that you can actually start seeing a breakthrough in your life. So, man, happy new year. This is the very first video of the year. And I'm excited, man. I'm just excited because I know that your breakthrough is near. You have to believe that. All right. You have to believe that and you have to put the work in. So I hope you all had an amazing holiday, an amazing new year. And let's just get into this video. All right. We have products and services below if you want one-on-one coaching and mentorship along the way. I am here for you. There'll be links below in the description box, or you can email me to get more information and to just move forward with that. But anyway, for the sake of this video, y'all, let me ask you a question. How was your holiday, right? How was your holiday? Did you have a lot of food? Was it a lot of fun? Did you have a lot of family members over there? Let me know, comment below and let me know, how did your holiday experience go? Was it good? Was it bad? Did you get embarrassed? Was it okay? Let me know below in the comment section if you don't mind. And that helps with building the community and just helping other people to see what's really going on in the mindset of others that is going through a difficult time, or it may have been an awesome time. You had a breakthrough with no issues, no embarrassment of your breath. So let us know below in the comment section. But anyway, this holiday season, I know for a lot of you, it was filled with breads, it was filled with meats, it was filled with candy, it was filled with presents and gifts, it was filled with cookies and sugar and ice cream and liquor and wine and alcohol and veggies and cheese plates and meatball and everything, right? Everything. And so today I want to talk to you and ask you this question. Did you feel like you were about to just explode, right? Did you feel like you was about to explode? I'm sure you did. We call it a food bomb. A food bomb is just basically you eat some of everything. You eat meats, you eat bread, you eat this, you eat high fatty foods, carbs, this, that, drink alcohol, you name it, right? You eat some pie and pumpkin pie and peach pie and apple cobbler and the list goes on, and ice cream. And now you're ready to explode. Your stomach is about to bust. You were feeling very tired and fatigued as you were trying to digest these foods and break these foods down. But you realize, man, your issue got worse. The smell got worse. The taste got worse. You're bloated. You're gassy. You're constipated, right? All of those symptoms. You have that nasty, bitter taste on your tongue. All right. So we're going to address this issue. We're going to address the food bombing problem. All right. Because there's no way around it, no matter your race, no matter your age. If you're struggling in this area, you're going to have to get a grip on this information and really start to implementing. And I promise you'll see a difference. You'll notice a difference, the way you feel, the way you smell, tastes, and everything. So we're going to kind of cover that. I took a few notes, so if I'm looking away from my screen, I'm just trying to stay on cue. So just pardon that. But so anyway, just to let you guys know, when you're eating all of these different types of foods, they are going to cause discomfort. They're going to cause gas. You're going to become extra fatigued because your body is working. Your body is trying to process all of this information that it's now been processed with, right? Or downloaded or consumed with. And so now what's happening is your body is trying to figure out what it needs to do with the meats, with the proteins, with the carbs, with the sugars, all of this in one setting, in one meal. is trying to figure out what to do. And we've kind of covered this before on a live, but I believe this is maybe the first time I think I've done an actual video on it, so you guys can really tune in even better with this information. So when you mix too many foods together in one meal, ladies and gentlemen, each food is going to require different enzymes. I'm not sure if you knew that, but after doing some research, I've learned that, and I've noticed that not all foods are created equal, and different foods or each food group requires a different enzyme to activate for it to properly digest and to be broken down and for the waste to be eliminated. And so when you combine all of these foods, these food groups at one time, you're confusing the brain, you're confusing the gut. It doesn't know what to do. It doesn't know how to react. And so now it's in trouble. You're going to just explode, right? You're going to feel like you're bloated, you're gassy, and you're going to explode. And years ago, I didn't understand what was going on with my body then, but I went on a liquid diet. I went on like a Jello fast because I had some intestinal stuff that was going on that I didn't even know of anything about. My intestine had started to turn. Went on this Jello and like a bone broth diet for like 7 days. And man, I released so much air. Like when I would use the restroom, I had very good full stools. I mean, long full stools. Sorry to be so graphic, which is what you should be having, by the way. That means that your system is pulling out all of the toxins and releasing them. And I released so much air. It was so much air in the gut. It was just crazy. So, so I realized that during that time, but I didn't have the knowledge that I have today. To understand it had everything to do with the foods that I was eating. So anyway, I'm going to give you some day by day examples of just understanding how the body works and things like that. So let's take fruit for an example. Let's say most people like fruit. You like fruit. And fruit is very good for you. It's healthy. It can be high in sugar depending on what type of fruit. But however, for the most part, fruit is healthy. It has a lot of healthy benefits. Now, fruit takes the shortest time to digest, and it leaves the stomach within 30 minutes. So that's a great thing. So a lot of times when people eat fruit, the metabolism is going and speeding up and they're hungry again, right? Which that's a good thing. You always want to feel, you don't want to feel like you're stuffed and you're stuck. You're just glued to the seat. You can't move, you can't think, you just want to sleep. That's not how the body is designed to operate. You want to, when you eat, feel good, feel your food, enjoy your food, be in harmony with your body. And, like I said, fruit passes through your system within 30 minutes. So that's very, very good. It doesn't stay long. It doesn't stick around long for you to feel like you're stuck or you're bloated or fatigued or anything like that. So fruit is an example of an item that it removes itself from the system very fast. Now, when you eat fruit with a protein or a starch, this is where people kind of go and mess things up. There's a lot of like I said, peach cobbler, apple cobbler, different fruit things mixed with starches, right? You start to get yourself in trouble. Or even gluten. I mean, not gluten, even protein, you start to get yourself in trouble. All right. So when you eat fruit with protein or starches, the digestion of the fruit can be held up and it can start to ferment in the intestines. So this is why a lot of you may feel like, oh, you have these smells. Man, I have these smells. Well, why do I smell this? Because there's fermentation that starts to happen. So you could take an apple and it will start to ferment, right? But when you start combining that apple with, let's say, uh, potatoes, or let's say, anything starchy, right? It will all start to ferment. That fruit will not be able to leave your system as fast as it once would have been able to if you would have eaten it by itself, because it's now combined, it's mixed with starches and these other proteins, right? So this is very, very important. You guys definitely want to adhere to this. So the digestion of fruit, it can be held up and it will start to ferment in the intestines. And when fermentation starts to happen, ladies and gentlemen, it creates an environment that feeds the yeast and the fungus. So this is why a lot of times when I'm recommending different supplements, The supplements are not designed for you to be on long term. It's designed to break up. It's designed to kill off these different funguses and viruses and bacteria. But however, if you continue to eat the same way, it is very difficult for you to see the maximum results. All right. So that's kind of something you want to always remember. So whenever you're mixing fruit with an animal protein and a starch, that fruit is going to ferment along with the other food choices in there, and then it's going to just sit in the gut and rot. All right, and then that's where the smell starts to come from. So when you mix animal protein with starches or grains, all right, these are also uh, reasons for uh, food to ferment in the gut. So when you have animal proteins and you mix it with a starch, so I'll give you an example. Let's say you have maybe chicken or you have steak and you mix it with mashed potatoes, or let's say macaroni and cheese. You want grandma's macaroni and cheese or whatever, right? Or grains like rice. Then you're mixing it, you're combining it, you're eating it now. And guess what, guys? I have been also, I've done it. I've mixed before. I'm sure you've seen it this holiday season where there was animal protein and starches and all of that on one serving, one plate, and it's going down, right? Well, when that happens, the digestive system is confused. It doesn't know exactly what to do. And so guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It starts to ferment. It's not able to break down properly. Now, things like meat, fish, and eggs, they require the secretion of hydrochloric acid. We talked about this before. I don't have any more of the supplements, but hydrochloric acid and an enzyme that's called pepsin, those are those are the two those are the two uh, basically supplements, or your body naturally produces it, but these are the two supplements that are normally well, I would just say, well, let me not say supplements, but these are the two types of digestive enzymes. There we go. These are the two digestive enzymes that naturally is supposed to produce within the system, within the gut automatically. So when you're eating meat, fish, and eggs, it's gonna basically, it's designed to break those things down. All right, but when your system is off, your system is just confused, and you're mixing and matching, and you're just kind of, your food combinations are not right. Um, those enzymes are not able to properly digest everything, which then will lead fermentation. So starches require the secretion of it's an enzyme called taline. I can't pronounce that right, taline, but it's basically spelled PTYALIN. And so again, so starches, they require that particular enzyme to break down taline and in an alkaline environment. So as you can see, starches have their own enzymes. Animal proteins, things like meat, fish, and eggs, they have their own enzymes like hydrochloric acid, um, and of course pepsin. So you got all of these different enzymes working simultaneously in the system, and I think when you just combine everything at once when you're eating, it's just going to create a havoc for the system. So mixing proteins and starches at the same meal, basically it can neutralize the breakdown of these foods, and we definitely do not want to neutralize these enzymes. All right, you don't want to neutralize taline, you don't want to neutralize pepsin, and you don't want to neutralize hydrochloric acid, because, and that's why I speak against, and I'm not a medical physician, but I don't like when gastroenterologists or gastro doctors try to give patients uh, supplements for acid reflux, because it neutralizes the stomach acid within the gut. And when you neutralize the stomach acid within the gut, your gut is not going to be able to break down all of those proteins, which I just mentioned to you. If you go to your gastroenterologist and talk to them about, hey, is it true that your gut has certain enzymes to break down each food or different food groups? Pick their brain to see what they give you and come back to us and let us know. I guarantee you they're going to scratch their head and they're not gonna know. All right, just try it. All right. So ask them about hydrochloric acid. Ask them about pepsin. All right, you have to have a really good medical doctor to be able to give you the really good detailed information on how to really have a healthy, balanced gut. All right. So again, you don't want to mix proteins and starches at the same time during the same meal, because it can neutralize and it can create, uh, you know, fermentation in the gut. And we all know fermentation smells. If you don't believe me, just try leaving some vegetables in your pantry or your closet for a while, or the refrigerator. It will start to ferment and it will start to smell up the house. It will start to smell up the refrigerator. It's the same thing with your gut. So what we want to do is we want to focus on combining foods properly. So number one, take notes of this, ladies and gentlemen. You want to eat non-starchy vegetables and leafy greens with animal proteins. All right. Grains, rice, legumes, and starchy vegetables. I'm going to repeat that again. You want to eat non-starchy vegetables and leafy greens with animal proteins, grains, rice, legumes, and starchy vegetables. All right. Number two, you want to avoid eating animal protein with grains, rice, or legumes. Okay. You want to avoid eating animal protein with grains, rice, or legumes. Okay. And number three, you just want to eat fruit separate by itself. You want to eat fruit alone. So I'll give you an example of what that looks like, guys, and we're going to get out of here because I don't want to make this video too long. So an example would be example number one. Let's say you have chicken and pasta. Most people do chicken Alfredo, right? Well, chicken and pasta, that's a no. You don't want to combine those two, because the animal proteins, they do not combine well with grains. All right. They don't combine well with grains. All right. Number two, fish and asparagus. You can do that because the animal protein will combine well with veggies. So as I said before, you can eat non-starchy vegetables and leafy greens with animal proteins. All right. Now, with the grains, you can do things like quinoa or rice with a salad, or you can do, a grain will combine well with veggies. Most people don't eat a salad with grains. Like, most people don't. It's just not, appeasing to them. I don't know. They're not used to it. So just make sure that anytime you're uh, setting your meals up, you can do a protein with vegetables. All right. You can do grains with vegetables. Okay. So, and you can do fruit by itself. So when you start to just strip down your meals and balance your meals out like this, I think you're going to really see some better results. You won't be so tired. You won't be sluggish. You won't be bloated, and you definitely will feel better. Your food will break down better, and you will smell better. All right. And so a supplement that I will recommend while you're trying to make this transition is hydrochloric acid. I'll try to leave a link below of some supplements that you can look at. But hydrochloric acid, and also pepsin. All right. So these are enzymes that your body automatically creates. However, it can be neutralized when you're eating foods that are not, that are not the right combination. All right. So go ahead, guys, implement this information. I hope you like this video. Happy New Year to you. And I will see you all on the next video. Take care.